नहमदुहु नुसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम अम्मा बाद फ़अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि समील अलीम मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. According to a verse of Holy Quran that هو الذي خلق لكم ما في الأرض جميعا, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who created everything on earth for us. So all the resources of earth is for us. We can use them for our benefits. Mountains, rivers, plants, trees, deserts, all the resources and minerals and animals, we can use them by any means we need. And similarly, we can consume them as a part of our food. But as a Muslim, it's not permissible to consume everything as per our wish. Rather, Islam provides us guidelines about how to consume things which is known as halal food. That the permissible products are called halal and the prohibited products are called haram. For a better understanding, just learn that there are three main sources of food. Number one, minerals. Number two, plants. And number three, animals. These are the three natural main sources of food. And we have guidelines of Sharia for all these three main lines. We have guidelines for minerals, we have guidelines for plants, and similarly we have guidelines for animals. And animals are very important in lights of Sharia, because there are two types of usage of animals. Number one, their meat, which is known as halal meat or haram meat. But the other way is that the byproduct or the extractions of the haram or halal animals, like gelatin. These are the ingredients which are extracted from animals. Gelatin, yeast, lard, E120, and all other things. They are extracted from insects or animals or haram animals or halal animals. So these two are the key important areas. Number one, the halal or haram meat. Number two, the halal or haram ingredients which are extracted from animals. And as a Muslim, we are bound to consume halal products. So we cannot consume products which are extracted from haram animals or from haram meat. Islam says that there are two types of animals. Number one, haram animals. Number two, halal animals. And in particular with the halal animals, it is necessary that these animals should be slaughtered as per the guidelines of Quran and Sunnah. And we have key main guidelines about slaughtering procedures, slaughterer, slaughtering tools, and how to mention the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the time of slaughtering. So it is very important to fulfill all these requirements. In this age of globalization, we have found that there are numbers of slaughterhouses working across the globe, but there are very limited slaughterhouses that are actually performing slaughtering as per the laws of Quran and Sunnah. So it's really important that when we are consuming products, we should ensure that the slaughtering procedure is followed as per Quran and Sunnah. To fulfill this need that the slaughterhouses should slaughter as per Quran and Sunnah, and especially with the introduction of stunning, how stunning operates and what are the guidelines of stunning in lights of Quran and Sunnah, Mia Academy has initiated a course called Halal Slaughtering Procedures and Requirements. This particular course is very important, especially for organizations who wish to ensure that their slaughterhouses are operating under the lines of Quran and Sunnah. And it will also help them to enforce halal control points So they will be assured that their slaughtering procedures are as per Quran and Sunnah and halal. This will not just enhance their business but also help them to meet their religious obligations. So kindly do join this course. It's really important and hopefully it will play a significant role in strengthening your education and in strengthening the quality of your organization. Thank you so much. Jazakallahu khaira. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.